Thank you for visiting the Combs Waterkotte website and our Title IX Stalking Defense Lawyer in Missouri website page. Regardless of the crime, we believe everyone is entitled to the best possible legal defense in the state of Missouri. We have created this audio version of our website page to help you better understand our services and protect your future, freedom, and reputation. If you have been charged with Title IX stalking in the state of Missouri, we can help. Don't face the state and court system alone during your Title IX stalking charge. Contact one of our Missouri Title IX Stalking Defense Lawyers today at 314-900. Help to protect your rights and future. Combs Waterkotte is committed to handling all Title IX stalking defense cases with confidential care and understanding. We are not here to judge you. We believe that everyone in Missouri, regardless of the crime they have been charged with, deserves an aggressive legal defense and to have their legal rights protected. With that being said, let's discuss hiring our Title IX stalking defense lawyers in Missouri and setting up a free consultation with our attorneys. Title IX Stalking Defense Lawyers in Missouri. If you've been accused of stalking at your college or university, you need an experienced and dedicated Title IX defense lawyer to defend your rights. At Combs Waterkotte, we know how to fight back against unfair or unsupported allegations and how to lessen or even eliminate the scholastic consequences you may face. What is Title IX? Title IX was part of the Education Amendments of 1972 and seeks to protect students in universities and colleges from discrimination based on sex. Don't face these accusations alone. Contact one of our lawyers today at 314-900. Help to secure your future. The text reads, "No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance." Through various Supreme Court rulings, Title IX has been interpreted to include protection from various types of sexual violence and sexual misconduct, including sexual assault, sexual harassment, and stalking. Because of this, schools are required to investigate alleged or suspected sex crimes, or risk losing their federal funding. Because they could lose their funding, schools are strongly incentivized to investigate and punish someone accused, even if the evidence doesn't indicate that the allegations occurred, or occurred as the accuser alleges. What constitutes stalking as a Title IX violation in Missouri? Each school has its own Title IX coordinator and guidelines which set their own definitions and their own investigative processes. The University of Missouri system defines stalking as engaging in a course of conduct directed at a specific person that would cause a reasonable person to A. fear for their safety or the safety of others, or B. suffer substantial emotional distress. Section 600.020 of the University of Missouri Code goes on to say that the course of action has no legitimate purpose. While each school has its own definitions, most of them are pretty similar. Common accusations of stalking include repeated and unwanted communication by phone, text, email, social media, or other means. Waiting for someone at their place of work, after class, or somewhere else an alleged stalker may know they will be. Repeatedly sending someone unwanted presents or items. Making direct or indirect threats to someone, their family, their friends, or their pets. Damaging or threatening to damage someone's property. Spreading rumors or revealing information about someone through social media or word of mouth. Obtaining personal information about someone by searching online, going through trash, hiring private investigators, or contacting their friends or family. Watching or taking pictures of someone without their knowledge. Generally, stalking does not constitute a one-time action, but is a repeated pattern of behavior. At Combs Waterkotte, our Missouri stalking defense lawyers know that certain actions can be misinterpreted, or that situations can go farther than one intended. We also know that some schools can be overzealous in investigating and punishing someone who is accused of sexual misconduct. We are compassionate and discreet. We will listen to your side of the story and work to show the accusations are untrue or paint your actions in a different light. If you engaged in a series of behavior you now regret, we'll work with school officials to get you the best possible resolution for your future. Can stalking accusations lead to criminal charges in Missouri? While stalking is also a criminal offense, it is separate from a Title IX investigation, and the school's investigation cannot land you in jail or put anything on your criminal record. A university and an accuser are not required to notify police of alleged stalking, but they may if they wish to, and if the police learn about it, they can subpoena the school's records. There are 2 degrees of stalking under Missouri law. First-degree stalking, RSMO Section 565.225. Someone can be charged with first-degree stalking if they purposely, through a course of conduct, 2 or more actions, follows someone or acts in a way that would cause a reasonable person to be frightened, intimidated, or emotionally distressed, and makes a threat making the person reasonably fear for their safety or the safety of their family or animals, or the actions violated a protective order, or the actions constituted a probation violation, or the alleged stalker is 21 or older, and the alleged victim is under 17 years old or younger, or the alleged stalker has previously been convicted of domestic assault, violated a protection order, or any crime where the accuser was the victim. The alleged victim was part of the address confidentiality program, and the alleged stalker tried to access their address. If convicted, first-degree stalking is a Class E felony for a first attempt. It becomes a Class D felony if it's a second stalking conviction, or if the alleged victim was a law enforcement officer or a family member of a law enforcement officer. Second-degree stalking, RSMO Section 565.227. Second-degree stalking occurs if someone purposely disturbs another person or follows them with the intent to disturb. In convicted, second-degree stalking is a Class A misdemeanor or a Class E felony if it's a second stalking conviction or if the alleged victim was a law enforcement officer or a family member of a law enforcement officer. The Missouri stalking defense lawyers at Combs Waterkotte are skilled criminal defense attorneys in addition to taking on Title IX cases. We know how to work a courtroom, and if we can't get your charges reduced or dismissed, are not afraid to go to trial and fight for a not guilty verdict. What happens if I'm accused of stalking at my Missouri school? As each school has its own guidelines and procedures, how the investigation proceeds can vary greatly. Whatever school you go to, your life is not over, and you still deserve to have someone by your side to fight for you. A title. X proceeding is not a criminal investigation, so your right to know the details of the allegations, to know who your accuser is, to cross-examine witnesses, and to have your defense attorney speak for you may not apply, depending on your school's policies. But you still have rights, and you still need a stalking defense lawyer for the best possible results. At some point, you will be interviewed by school officials and eventually have a hearing. Federal guidelines still give you certain rights, including a thorough and impartial investigation, the ability to respond and present witnesses and evidence, and the right to have an advisor or support person present at all interviews and meetings, which can be your attorney. While your Missouri defense attorney may or may not be able to speak on your behalf, we will prep you with what to say and what not to say. We will also listen to your side of the story. Answer the phone whenever you call, day or night. Investigate the claims and try to find alibis or eyewitnesses that contradict the accusations. Ensure the school stays true to federal law and Title IX policies. If possible, negotiate with the school's attorneys for a favorable resolution without the need for a hearing. Handle all legal aspects and communication so you can focus on your mental health. Legal strategies in defending Title IX stalking cases in Missouri. An experienced Missouri stalking defense attorney will first seek to understand the specific circumstances of the accusation, including the nature of the relationship between the parties involved. Key strategies include scrutinizing communication records, texts, emails, social media interactions for context, interviewing potential witnesses, and examining any past interactions that may shed light on the allegations. The goal is to build a comprehensive defense that challenges the allegations' credibility and demonstrates the accused's intentions and actions in a truthful light. The role of evidence in Title IX investigations in Missouri. The nature of the evidence can vary widely, from digital communications and social media interactions to witness testimonies and any prior history of similar allegations. In Title IX investigations, the standard of proof is typically preponderance of the evidence, which means that the investigation seeks to determine whether it is more likely than not that the alleged conduct occurred. This lower standard compared to criminal cases underscores the importance of compiling and presenting strong, clear evidence, as well as hiring the right Missouri Title IX defense lawyer for your case. Protect your future with Combs Waterkotte's Missouri Stalking Defense Lawyers. The consequences of a Title IX investigation can be far-reaching. If found guilty, your punishment could be anything from mandatory counseling to banishment from certain activities to suspension or even expulsion. In addition to potential criminal charges, your reputation and future career prospects could be affected. But it is important to remember that you still have a future, and help is available for you. Our skilled Title IX defense lawyers in Missouri know how to investigate cases and fight back against unsupported accusations. For a confidential, no-obligation consultation, call our office today at 314-900-HELP or contact us online.